what's happening in Washington today and why Apple being singled out?
Well, I think they're singled out because they're the largest taxpayer, so it's logical that, and it's a name that everybody knows, so it's logical that they're going to get singled out in this case, but that's exactly what's going on. They're getting singled out. I believe that everything that they're doing is compliant with all the tax laws, and I think that ultimately this circus is going to die down.
Yeah, die down, and when it does, what does that mean for Apple?
Well, the big question here is what's going to come out of these meetings, and ultimately is there going to be some sort of reform of the tax code. So if you want to talk about what's going on in a more maybe sinister way, is that these tax loopholes, there's very legal, but in a more negative tone, these loopholes. If these loopholes ultimately get closed, that's going to impact Apple. It'll also impact virtually every company that has business offshore, because they use these tools to try to lower their overall tax rate. So that's what we're more focused on, is how is this going to impact tax policy longer term. When Tim Cook says that he's okay with a simplified tax code, even if it means Apple pays a higher tax, that's something that takes notice, that we take notice, and that would impact all companies ultimately.
And Gene, you have a very high price target for Apple, $655. That's over $200 upside from where it's trading right now. Would you be changing that if we do see some kind of broader tax corporation overhaul here?
Most likely not, because I think what's going to happen is you'll see all the multiples across the board for tech companies will probably all inch up a little bit, because their earnings will inch down. I don't think this is going to fundamentally change how investors value these companies. So I don't think that how this tax policy changes out. You could see some fluctuations in the shares in the near term, but it doesn't impact how we think about the stock longer term.